Hello, Emil Kosman. Greetings from Transylvania, from a Dutch guy who lives here. I watch a lot of your videos always, and you and me, we are the only ones talking about Moldavia in the moment and Transnistria. And I just watched your two videos from today about the Snake Island attack and that bridge that connects. It all connects together. The Americans and the French troops, as you reported, they have an exercise in Romania, down there in that region. And in my videos that I just so happened made this last few days about what if Moldavia and Transnistria come into this conflict, and long and behold, next day, today, you upload a video about Moldavia and Transnistria. Interesting coincidence. Anyways, you and me, we are the only ones talking about it and the importance of that region. I show in my video the distance if you are in that Danube Delta, when you cross right in the border of the Ukraine, which you can do very easy. A friend of mine always went to the Danube Delta in his canoes. It's very easy to cross the border there unseen. It will be even hard, unless you have a satellite constantly watching there, which I bet they have, the Russians. It will be very hard to detect people or crossings. I think when I measured that distance from the Danube Delta to the Crimea, that is within the 400 kilometer range. And those longer range HIMARS can reach that, especially from Snake Island. And I think the reason the Russians attacked right now Snake Island and blew up that bridge is because, and I noticed for quite a while now, at night or late in the evening when it is dark, military convoys on the road, the main road with Cluj-Napoca. I saw several convoys with trucks and etc. No marks on it, but under gendarmerie escorts. Yeah, that's what made me suspect that there is a possible building of NATO that started, last year before Christmas, when those Yanks arrived in Romania, 5,000 of them, and there were already my former colleagues from the Dutch army, Air Mobile Brigade, they were already here. So yes, there is a lot of NATO movement in the moment in the Ukraine. I am quite sure, from Romania. And then we have this report of this Austrian colonel telling that you just swap uniform, sign a contract, and voila, you're no longer in NATO service. I think that's what's going on down there. And that bridge is a military target that they blew up because that is one of the main supply routes into the Ukraine. One of the main supply routes. And I think this attack on that bridge forebodes exactly what I said. That the Russians will talk in the background with Moldavia. Today I also found out that the Moldavian government resigned. But hey, look at what they did. They want to sign a law about this Transnistria business, all at the same time, and now they all resigned. Yeah, something is cooking in Moldavia. Something is cooking here in Romania. And I keep saying, and I hope other people who follow you, Emil, especially those Romanians who follow you, that they will spread the word to the rest of the Romanians. We need to be very watchful. And yes, we should keep track of our government and put them in check, the government here in Romania, because the Yanks have no problem to sacrifice Romania for their petrodollar. No problem whatsoever. And in regards to Snake Island and Romania, that was the dumbest move ever. Because now beyond military strategic, being military strategic, that's not the issue. No, that rock is not military strategic. It is, however, geopolitical strategic. Why? Because your coastline, if you have an island, it extends 12 nautical miles from that island's coastline, even if it's a rock this small. If it is an island of yours, from that little small point, 12 nautical miles becomes your territory. Now imagine how much further the Romanian sovereign territory in the Black Sea would be. And now think about gas and oil drilling. So yes, that was a fucking stupid mistake of the Romanians. I wish I was here a politician or someone who could lead. Really. First of all, I made Transylvania autonomous, independent. It's not Wallachia. It's not. It never was, and it never will be. Do a lot of Romanians live in Transylvania? Yeah, fuck sure, of course. But look in the history of the Vlachs, a type of Romanians, and other types that came from Istria down, up. Transylvania has always been a region with many, many cultural influences. If I was the Russians on this international chessboard, here is what I would do. Moldavia will get their strip back to the Black Sea in exchange for their neutrality. Russia, I would build there a good port, a good harbor. And in exchange for that, Transnistria becomes part, the other part on the Dnieper, there on the river, becomes part of the Odessa Oblast. They will, don't forget the Odessa massacre, they will want to join Russia, the Russian Federation, Nikolaev as well. And then all the way to the top of Moldavia, from there, from the top of Moldavia to the Russian-Belarusian border, will be demilitarized under Russian control. That's my guarantee for the future. Of course, in a moment, they will try to get very hard Moldavia involved in this war. They will. And it's logic, because from Transnistria, if the north attack about to the... When Bakhmut is done, and they are a bit more down to Soledar as well, Zaporozhye, then the south will come up as well. And from the flank, from Transnistria. Yeah, that's why that bridge is destroyed. And it will keep being destroyed. Don't think they will let that repaired, because it's a natural border there from the delta. So that will stay destroyed. And the Russians, they will start to push on from Nikolaev, Odessa, from the Black Sea, and from Transnistria, all at the same time, to get the Odessa Oblast. I am sure of it. I am sure of it. And NATO is already busy to build up to counter this, and that's why this bridge is blown up. There is already a lot of NATO in Moldavia. There is already a lot of NATO over there. And yes, they are not like recognizable, they are so-called on the borders, but trust me, they are already in Moldavia. I wish my sister-in-law, she is from Moldavia, was here. Yes, then I could talk directly with some of her family members to find out in Moldavia. But it's gonna be very, very interesting what's gonna happen. And scary for Romania. Again, I hope many Romanians who listen to you, Emil, will start to ask questions from their leadership. I mean the promise from my Prime Minister Rutte about Schengen to Romania. Come on, Romanians. The most Romanians I met, they are very awake and know how they get fucked all the time by the rest of Europe. So you better start to think about another revolution in Romania. Really, you better start thinking about another revolution in Romania. Unless, of course, you want to be on the battlefront. Huh? Because that's going to be what's going to happen. If from that little strip under Moldavia rockets fly into the Crimea, then accidents can really very easy happen. That a rocket might fly in the direction of Tulcea, Constanța. It's a very dangerous game. Your government is playing in the moment, Romania. It's a very fucking dangerous game my Dutch government is playing. And they should stop. We didn't sign up for this bullshit, right? We didn't. We Europeans didn't sign up for this fucking bullshit of the USA. And for fuck sure, after they blew up, now proven by Seymour Hersh, his findings, I consider that proven. Yes, I consider that very much proven. Now that they blew up the Nord Stream, that we know this for sure, that's why you in Romania are paying, I pay even a premium price. I feel it with my Dutch income here in Romania, let alone the Romanian people who have a Romanian cellar. I feel for those people. I really do. I really do. Huh? Energy price of Motorina about doubled. In the beginning, doubled. For fuck's sake. You know what damage they did? The USA did to the Romanian people? And I'm not even talking about the 2-year COVID bullshit in which that same USA did damage to you. Yeah, to all of us in Europe. And Nord Stream 2. And keep pushing for more weapons in the Ukraine. Are you all insane? Here's what's gonna happen. The Russians told us they want to make sure that Russian soil of the Federation, whatever they claim is Russian soil, they want to avoid that it get hit. And they will push back and demilitarize enough to make sure that they cannot shoot into Russia. So, if in the current status they can shoot 100-150 kilometers, the Russians would push, let's say, 200 kilometers to make sure that you cannot hit Russia anymore. If you have 1,000 kilometer drones, then they're gonna push what? Minimum 1010 meters. So you will always miss, correct? So the more long-range weapons we send there, the smaller the Ukraine will be in the near future. Thank you for your reports, Emil. I really appreciate them very much because you are the only one really talking about this region as well, as a Romanian. Have a nice day.